Welcome to Good News Corporation's Pause the World for Peace in partnership with We.net and Unify. And you're going to hear now from the man who has his act together about, I met him at the United Nations a long time ago when he was talking with a gentleman named Mikhail Gorbachev, and when he was speaking with Ted Turner and the president of Canada. And this gentleman put this thing together, and they talked about nuclear arms. So this is Johnathan Granoff, our good friend for many years. And Johnathan runs the Global Security Institute, represents the United Nations, the World Summits, and Nobel, Senior Advisor, Committee of National Security, American Bar Association. He's a lawyer, so don't mess with him. And two, he's also oversees a lot of the peace messengers. Good buddies with Michael Douglas. He's a cool dude. Johnathan Granoff.
There we go. This one's dead.
Yeah.
So give me one of them.
Yeah, just put it there.
Is this, there we go. My brothers and sisters around the world, watching in virtual world. But here, we're actually in this amazing place of the center of weapons of mass distraction. And what are we being distracted about? We're being distracted about this unique moment in human history in which we are the first generation that has to decide by our actions whether we will be the last generation. And there's two dimensions of our irresponsibility that we can and must change. One is our relationship to the natural world. The way we move our bodies, well, not actually our bodies, these big hunks of metal, and the way we heat our houses is melting the polar ice cap, destroying the regenerative processes of nature, and putting all of us at risk. But let me tell you how intimate it is. 50 to 70% of our oxygen comes from the phytoplankton in the oceans. And as we melt the polar ice cap, we're impairing the health of the oceans, and thus this very breath. So if anyone has any sense of gratitude, you'll think about the fact that all of us, every single person, is being gifted with the breath of life every moment by the health of the oceans. And we can't protect the health of the oceans while the major countries of the world are institutionalizing adversity with nuclear weapons, which if we use them, everybody dies. It's not mutually assured destruction, it's self-assured destruction. And yet, since 2000, in the pursuit of security, the world has spent over $32 trillion in weaponry. Imagine if a small portion of that was used to convert off of fossil fuel to renewables. Imagine if a small portion of that was used to end poverty, which can be done. Imagine if we changed from the illusion of separation to the reality of this moment in history in which it is both a spiritual and emotional and psychological reality that we are one human family, that we are not separated by religious franchises, by I'm Catholic, you're Jewish, you're Muslim, you're an atheist, you're whatever, but I'm a human being first. Or I'm a citizen of New York, a citizen of New York State, a citizen of the United States, and I'm a human being in the same house as the people of Chad, Nigeria, Russia, China, and the Ukraine. Now, I was here in 1968 protesting my country's wrongful war in Vietnam. So I have credibility to say, Russia, get out of the Ukraine. Because this is not a solution. So what is a solution? We need to affirm human security. Human security says no nation can protect the oceans, the climate alone. No nation can withstand a nuclear assault. We are one human family. And human security says every single person on the planet has a right to freedom from fear, freedom from want, and freedom from indignity. So I urge that every person start using the concept of our human family and human security to affirm two truths. One is, love people, use things. Never love things and use people. Love people, use things. Two, separate from yourself what separates you from your fellow human beings. Separate those things that separate us. Now, if your religion brings you to that open heart that connects, if your nation promotes justice that connects, use it. But love people. And last but not least, today we have to be loyal patriots of our nations, but we have to first and foremost have hearts without borders. And that's what the International Day of Peace is about. Calling all human beings who have hearts without borders to stand up and sing that song for peace. May peace prevail in our hearts and on earth. Thank you so much.
That way.
Well, this guy, he's one smart gentleman, talking the real talk here. Okay, nuclear water is brilliant, and thank you very much, Johnathan.
Thank you, Paul.
And so, wow.